Hi, I am Tapan Chakraborty. The whole world is talking about India's achievement since Chandrayan has landed on the moon. But do you really know how it has reached to the moon? If not, then spare a few minutes, I will make it clear for you. Let's jump into the subject straight away. This is rover. The final destination of Chandrayan is to make this rover to rove on the surface of the moon and do research. The weight of the rover is only 26 kg. To make a successful landing on the surface of the moon, it is kept inside the lander. Now the lander with the rover within is known as lunar module. This is propulsion module. The lunar module is mounted over this. These three members are the payload of the mission. They are fitted with lots of cameras, sensors and other devices to carry out scientific experiment. The complete assembly is covered with a heat and dust protector. The fairing is required only within the atmosphere of Earth. Now comes the driving force or the rocket engine. In the first stage, it is having two solid propellant rocket engine of 205 tons each. The first stage is responsible for launching the 6,40,000 kg gigantic vehicle to a speed of 1600 km per hour. Burn time is only 120 seconds. The second stage engine L110 has liquid fuel. The 125 tons engine ignites after 109 seconds of launch before the expiry of first stage. Burn time 200 seconds. It increases the velocity up to 16,500 km per hour. The third stage is having C25 cryogenic engine. Burn time 643 seconds. Increases the velocity up to 36,000 km per hour and before separation put Chandrayan in the inner orbit of the Earth within 16 minutes of launch. Now the vehicle is left with lander, rover and propulsion module or Chandrayan and revolving at a velocity of 36,000 km per hour. To move out of gravitational force of Earth, it has to go to outermost orbit. To shift from inner orbit to next outer orbit is done by increasing the velocity at suitable time by firing the rocket engine of propulsion module. Chandrayan 3 made 5 orbit shifting in 17 days. Finally, on midnight of 1st August, it moved out of Earth's gravitational zone and moved towards the moon. On 5th August, it got captured in the outer orbit of the moon. Now the process is somewhat reverse. It has to move from outer orbit to next inner orbit. To do so, it has to reduce its velocity as less velocity is required to revolve in smaller orbit. Again, it is done by propulsion module. First, it changes its flight position and fires rocket engine to reduce the velocity. Chandrayan 3 did 4 orbit shifting and finally it reached an orbit which is 100 into 100 km from the moon's surface on 14th August. Here the propulsion module will be separated from the lander and both of them will start revolving in the orbit. Now the lander starts the landing approach. It has some rocket engines to adjust its position in the final approach. When to fire, which one to fire, all these decisions taken by lander by judging the situation with the help of different cameras, sensors. There is no ground control over this. And finally, by maintaining all parameters accurately, it landed on the surface of the moon on 23rd August at 4 minutes past 6 p.m. If you feel the information in this video is useful and interesting, then please consider subscribing to my channel.